The Innocent Guy and the Too Clever Donkey. Once upon a time, in a sleepy little village, there lived a simple, kind-hearted man named Johann.
He was the kind of guy who would stop to help a lost chicken find its way home.
Johann owned a donkey named Kandya who, if there were an Olympic sport for laziness, would have won gold every time. Now, Kandya wasn't just lazy. He was downright brilliantly lazy.
If donkeys had a university, he'd have a PhD in creative ways to avoid work. The Great Escape Plan. One fine morning, Johann loaded Candia with heavy sacks of salt and set off toward the market. As they crossed a shallow river, Candia's foot, accidentally, slipped, and splash, he fell right in. "Oh no! How terribly unfortunate!" Candia brayed, his voice full of Oscar-worthy sorrow. But inside he was grinning. The salt quickly dissolved in the water, making the load much lighter. When he got up, he felt as fresh as a spa customer after a full-body massage. Johann, being too pure for this world, thought it was just an accident. A foolproof trick? The next day, Johann again loaded Candia with sacks of salt. As they reached the river, Candia let out a deep sigh, the kind people give before making a dramatic life decision. "Welp, time to take another accidental bath," he thought, and splash, down he went. Johann scratched his head. This donkey has never been this clumsy before. By the third day, Candia had grown overconfident in his genius. He didn't even wait for Johann's command. He leapt into the water like a synchronized swimmer. He trotted out, feeling lighter than ever, humming a happy little tune in his head. But Johann had been thinking. And thinking hard. The sweet taste of revenge. The next morning, Johann greeted Candia with a mischievous smile. He loaded him up with sacks again, but this time, not of salt. Oh no, Johann had switched to cotton. Candia, full of himself, strutted to the river like a donkey who had outsmarted the world. Without a second thought, splash! He threw himself in. And then, disaster. Something was terribly, terribly wrong. As Candia got up, his legs wobbled. Instead of feeling lighter, he felt like he was carrying a whole mountain. The cotton had soaked up the water and become twice as heavy. What kind of black magic is this? He thought, his donkey brain spinning. Johann, watching from the riverbank, chuckled and patted Candia's wet, miserable back. Cleverness is great, my dear Candia, but not when used for laziness. With no choice but to carry the heaviest load of his life, Candia huffed and puffed all the way to the market. From that day on, he never tried to trick Johann again. Moral of the story: laziness and shortcuts may seem smart, but they often backfire spectacularly. If you keep fooling others, you might just end up fooling yourself. Please like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next.